What's up guys, my name is Alishan Ali. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to make onboarding screen in React Native looking like this. So as you can see that if I swipe to the right or left, you can see that it went to the next onboarding screen. Here you can see that a button called skip and the next button as well. Now if you click on next, it went to the next screen. Alright, now if I again go to the next, so it will show that let it start. Now if you click on let it start, it went to the login screen. Alright, now if I go back like this, and here you can see that all the screens. Alright, so we're gonna build this from scratch. So before starting this tutorial, let me show you one thing. So we are going to do this stuff. Basically, we will show the app launch if the app is launching the first time. So how we can keep track that app is launching first time or second time or any other time. So for that, we are going to use async storage. What does gonna async storage do? Whenever the app loads first time or open the first time, we'll update the value of initial launch is a false. So it means that the app is already loaded, the app is already open at the first time. After that, once the first launch onboarding screen is completed, it went to the login screen. Alright, but let's suppose if user is not opening the app for the first time, it's opening for the second time or third time. Alright, so for that we will directly show the login screen or the respected screens. Alright, so let's start the coding and let's build this project. Right now I created one fresh React Native project using this command. So to create a fresh React Native project, I just went to this website, get started with React Native. Can I use React Native without framework? And after that, get started without a framework. And after that, I just copy this command and run on my terminal, and after that a project has been created successfully. Alright, now if I write something text inside this something like 0 degree code or something, so it will be visible on this app. So let me save this and its app is reloading, so you can see that a 0 is visible there. Right, now after that, what we gonna do, we have to do that what we call onboarding screen stuff, right? So for that, we are going to use one package that is called npm I react. We're gonna use one package called React Native Onboarding Swiper package. For that, we're gonna click on this npm website. Let's click on this. Now after that, you have to copy this command. So I'm gonna copy this command and paste into my terminal. So I'm gonna make my terminal bigger for you guys and paste this command, and after that I'm gonna hit enter. Okay, so what it's gonna do, it will install the React Native Onboard Swiper package. Okay, now you can see that here is example of how to make React Native Onboarding Swiper like this. So first we had installed the React Native Onboarding Swiper. You can use yarn as well. Alright, now after that you have to import the onboarding from the React Native Onboarding Swiper. After that, inside the onboarding component, there is called pages props. Inside that you have to pass this all the stuffs. Alright, so for that, what am I going to do, I'm gonna make my screen size much more bigger, and I'm gonna run npm start for now. Okay, so the server is going to start in few seconds, so I'm gonna press the A to run on Android. So let's wait for a few seconds. Okay, while it's loading, yeah, it's loaded. Let me press A, and now let's go to the app component. Now here you can see that we are having only a text called 0. Alright, so I'm gonna remove this text 0, and after that, inside the source, you can see that you can just create one directory called source, and inside the source I created one directory called assets, and also I created one directory called screens. Okay, so if I show you that on the onboarding screen, we're gonna have some images, right? So for that, first of all, I'm gonna create one screen that is called onboarding screen, onboarding in screen.tsx. I'm going to write RNFES. So I'm using one extension that ES7 and React snippet extension, which is helping me out. This is extension I'm using, which is helping me out to write the shorter code. So if I just write RNFES, so it will create a one component for me. Alright, now let's go back, and inside this app.tsx, here I'm going to import this my onboarding screen component. Okay, now you can see that I just imported the onboarding screen, and here inside the view I'm going to do it in the flex as a 1. Alright, now I'm going to reload the app and let's see what we are getting. So we can see that we are getting onboarding screen text on the home screen. Let's go to the onboarding screen component, and here to implement the onboarding screen, in what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to the browser. First we have to import the onboarding from the React Native Onboarding Swiper. So I'm going to import it quickly from here. Now after that, you have to copy this code snippet. So I'm going to just copy this line of code, and here inside this view I'm going to return the onboarding component. Alright, now here you can see there are triple dots, so I'm going to remove this triple dot, and here we have to import the image. So I'm going to import the image from the React Native. Perfect. Now if I just reload the app, so here you can see that we have to require one image, right? But we are not requiring any image. For that, first of all, we have to add some images. So I had downloaded some images, so I'm gonna just add that images. So here you can see that on the desktop I created one directory called images, and here we are having onboarding image 1, onboarding image 2, onboarding image 3. So you can add all the images as per your requirements. So I'm gonna just copy and drag here. Alright, so here you can see that we added 1, 2, 3 images. Okay, now let's go to the onboarding screen, and here at the place of require, we're going to require this all the images. So how we can require this all the images? So we have to write the path dot slash, not so we're going to write dot slash. Let's see. So we're going to went to the asset directory, and inside that I'm going to import the onboarding image 1 image. Okay, now you can see that we are able to see a text like this is title. So this is gonna be title like will be 0, like learn English. Like we're gonna have a Bharat, like app is name. Let's suppose the app name is called Bharat Speak or Bharat Tell, and here learn English speaking by reading and by reading and learning, something like this. Okay, now if I just reload the app, now you can see that here we can see the text. All right, Bharat Speak, awesome. Now you can see that we had having just one images, like here is we had just added one background. Now I'm gonna just copy and paste it here again, and here I'm gonna add the onboarding image 2 path. So you can see that here we are having an image 2 as well. All right, so if I just reload the app, okay, I just reload the app. Now you can see that a second image is also visible there. Awesome. And I'm going to write like it's going to be any title, second title kind of, and after that we're gonna have a third title as well. So we're gonna have a third image, onboarding image 3.png, and I'm gonna name as a third or final title. All right, now if I just reload the app, so you can see that we are having a first, second, and the third one. Awesome. Now if you see that the tutorial which I saw you initially, so we are having a different background color, right? So let's add that background color as well. That's what's looking like literally good. So for that, for the background color, what I had done, guys, I had created one gist file. So here you can see that I GitHub gist. So I'm gonna just copy this color from here and paste that into my code. So I'm just copy the background color here, and I'm gonna add this background color. Okay, this background color, and let me save the project. Okay, now you can see that the green color is visible there. Now let's go to the next. It's still white. Let's add the second one as well. So I'm gonna copy this second background color, and I'm gonna add the second background color as well. Now after that, I'm gonna copy the third color as well. So let me copy the third color and paste it here, the third color. All right, now let's see, let's check it out. Now let's go to the next one. Wow, awesome. The color is like coming like slowly to fade it in, and that's really looking great. All right, now you can see that this is the done screen, like done component. We have to also customize it. So now if you see there, like if you went to the website like React Native Onboarding Swiper, so here they have mentioned some examples like what do you want to show a label, so next or not, skip label, so skip, on skip, skip to page, on done, so done. So they are having provide some buttons label in the buttons callback as well. All right, and we can define this all the props. All right, but here we're gonna learn that how to create a custom component properties like skip button component, next button component, and done button component. Okay, and dot button component. So let's suppose I'm gonna copy this done button component like this. Okay, now if you see that on the done, we are showing just this correct icon. So for that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create one pass this props done button component, and here I'm gonna pass like this, and after that I'm gonna write const done button component like this, and here we're gonna have a return. We're gonna return one touchable opacity like this, and we're gonna have a text called done. All right, or like let's start some kind of this, and we're gonna spread the rest of props. So we're gonna split the props. So whatever the props we are getting, we're gonna just split that, and after that we're gonna just uh, pass that props like this. So here you can call it like rest if you want, that's totally up to you. So I'm gonna call it rest and just splitting it out. So first we are storing this values, like we are storing the props inside this rest, and after that we are just splitting to the touchable opacity. All right, but if you see that we have added a text called done, but still it's not visible there, right? So I'm going to reload the app and let's check it out. So now let's click on next, and now you can see that done text is visible there, but if you see that there is no margin horizontal, right? So for that I'm going to add a style, and I'm going to add a margin horizontal, and it's going to be a 20 or maybe 20 or maybe 10. Let's save it out and let's check it out. I think 20 is like bit more. So let's see my gist and what value looks gonna great. So it should be like 10 will be like awesome for me. So I'm gonna just apply the git 10. All right. Now you can see that like if you want to make like let's just start, like that's totally up to you. Like you can modify that text as well. All right. Now let's go back. Now if you want to modify this skip text, so skip text or next text you can. So how you can customize that, you can see that there is one example, like next button component, you have to copy that, okay, and like this you can like this, and we're gonna have a like this, and I'm gonna just copy and paste it here like this, and at the place of done I'm gonna just copy the name of component, I'm gonna replace this, and here I'm gonna write next. Okay, now you can check it out. If you want to have a like different color, so you can pass a text different color as well, and that's really works for you. All right, now it's same for skip. If you want to add a skip as well, custom component, so you can add it here. Now after that we can also style this dot component. So for that I'm gonna copy this dot component. Okay, so for that I'm gonna write there dot component like this, and here I'm gonna write dot component again. I'm gonna just copy and paste it here. Okay, and here I'm gonna write dot component. So here is one catch, you guys should be careful as well. Dot for pagination gets selected as a prop to indicate the active page. Okay, so for that it will return a property called selected. So I'm gonna read that selected if it's selected. Okay, and here instead of returning a touchable opacity, I'm gonna return a one view. Okay, and here like it should be like self-closing tag, and here I'm gonna write a style, and inside this style I'm gonna write height will be 6, and width will be also 6, and margin and border radius will be also 6, and kind of, and after that we're gonna have another thing like if it's selected. Okay, so we're gonna add a background color. So if it's selected, then it should be like any other color like this. So I'm gonna just copy that color. So if it's selected, then apply this color. So I'm gonna just copy and paste it here like this. So if it's selected, then show this RGB color, and I'm gonna reload the app. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if it's selected, then show this color. The background color will be like this color, else the background color will be this color. All right, but if you see that we had not applied any margin between these items. Okay, so let's apply the margin horizontal as well. So the margin horizontal will be T3 or 4. Let me apply margin horizontal as a 4. Now let me save it, and you can see that. Okay, now if you see that on that initial image, so the selected image, this circle will be like which straight one, like so we're gonna do that as well. So for that I'm gonna do like this. If it's selected, then the width should be a 12, else it should be a 6. Okay, now again here if it's now let's reload this, and now you can see that it's looking great. So if you want to increase as like at the place of 12, if you want to make it 20, you can. Awesome. And if you want to, again here also, if it's selected, then you can increase the height as a 10, else it should be a 10, it should be a 6. Cool. So you can customize it like regarding your requirement, totally up to you. Okay, now another thing is that like we had customized this component, but there is a function as well. So we're gonna listen that function. The first function is called onDone. So on skip and on done. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this function and I'm gonna write called onDone function, and here we're gonna write onDone like this, and I'm gonna create one function called const onDone. Okay, so we're gonna trigger some task, we're gonna do some stuff, and here again, if the user is clicking like on skip, so we're gonna pass that as well. So we're gonna have a like on skip property, and we're gonna create one function called on skip. Copy this function, copy this name, copy it, paste it here. Okay, and we're gonna have on done function and the on skip function like this. Great. Now let's see one thing. So first of all, whenever user done with this, we have to navigate to the login screen, right? But if you see the app.tsx, here we are just having onboarding screen. We had not created the login screen. All right, so what we have to do here, here we have to navigate the screen from here to the login screen if user is done, or if user is skipping that, right? So how we can achieve that? So first of all, we have to install the React Native Stack Navigator. So for that, let's install that. So I'm going to close all the file, and after that I'm going to install the Stack Navigation. For that, I'm going to search React Native Stack Navigation or React Native Navigation. I'm going to search React Native Navigation for now. So I'm going to just copy this name, React Native Navigation, and let's open this browser. Click on Read Docs, and after that you have to copy this command, npm install React Navigation Native. Okay, now I'm gonna stop my emulator for now. I'm gonna stop my server and paste it here. Okay, now once you install the React Navigation Native, the next package which we have installed, that is called React Native Safe Area Context and Screen. So I'm gonna again paste it here and hit enter. So it will install the React Native Screens and React Native Safe Area Context. After that, you're gonna install another package that is called Stack Navigation. Okay, so for that I'm gonna copy this command, and here I'm gonna paste it here. Okay, npm install React Navigation Native Stack. Okay, now after that, here's example which you can see that of a Stack Navigator. So let me explain this example. So what is happening inside the app component, we are returning a navigation container. Inside that we are having a Stack Navigator, and inside that we are having a stack screen. Okay, here we are having a home screen, and here we have defined the component as well. So what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna copy this whole code, and here if you see that on the app.tsx, so we are just having onboarding screen, we are just having one component like app component, and we are just returning on onboarding screen. All right, so what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna just copy and paste the whole code here. Okay, so here you can see that here we have defined our home screen component, which is non-useless for me. So I'm gonna just remove this whole code. Okay, and once I remove the home screen code, and here I'm gonna write as a onboarding screen. Okay, onboard screen, or onboard screen, and I'm gonna import that component onboard screen like this on really bad onboard screen. Okay, and after that we're gonna have another screen that is called login screen. So login and screen like this. Okay, now I'm gonna go to the source. I'm gonna go inside the screens, and here I'm gonna create one component that is called login screen. Login screen.tsx, and I'm gonna write function add nfes to create a one fast component. All right, now I create one login screen component, and here inside this component props I'm gonna import that login screen. So let's import that login screen as well quickly. Now here you can see that we had imported the login, we had defined the onboarding screen and the login screen. Now you can see that we are able to see this onboard screen header. So how we can get rid of this? So you can pass it like component basis, but I'm gonna remove this from the stack, from the everywhere. So inside the screen option, I'm gonna write header shown as a false. All right, now you can see that this header has been removed from this onboarding screen. Perfect. Now let's go to the onboarding screen and let's complete the task which is incomplete. Okay, now whenever user click on done, it should be navigate to the login screen const. So I'm gonna create one variable called const navigation is equal to use navigation like this, and after that we're gonna navigate this. So we're gonna write navigation dot navigation navigate, and we're gonna pass the component. The component name is called login screen. So I'm gonna copy the name, route path, login screen, and paste it here. Okay, same for the on skip. So if user is skipping that, so we're gonna like navigation dot replace. So navigation dot replace, so we can replace that. So if you click on skip, it's nothing happened. Now again, let me give a try once more. Skip. So you can see that the user come to the login screen. All right, now let's go to the login screen, and here I'm gonna style that style is equal to flex as a 1 and justify content center, align item center. All right, now you can see that the login screen text is visible onto the center of the screen, and here I'm gonna have a one touchable opacity like this, and here inside the login screen I'm gonna replace as a click here for now. And now if user click on here, like on this text, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write const navigation is equal to use navigation like this, and I'm gonna navigate it to the onboarding screen for now because we are testing it out. So I'm gonna write navigation dot navigate, and we get the route path. So how we can get the route path? Let's go to the app.tsx, and here I'm gonna copy this name and I'm gonna paste it here like this on board screen. Now let's click here. You can see that it went to the login screen. Nothing works. Okay, because I had used this what do you call a replace. So I'm gonna use the navigation.navigate, and again let me reload the app, and now let's click on skip. Now let's click on click here, and you can see that it went back to the onboarding screen. Perfect. Now let's click on next, done. Now you can see that it went to the login screen. Awesome, great, awesome. So guys, if you're facing any issues so far, let me know. Now after that, what things we gonna do that, let's suppose we're gonna have a one state called const is first launch, set is first launch. Okay, and by default like use state will be gonna be a false value. Okay, false value, and here if it's false, if it's like if it's false launch, if it's true, if it's true, then only I'm gonna render this, then only I'm gonna render this onboarding screen. Else, so I'm gonna write. Okay, now how we can know that it is first launch. So for that we're gonna have a use effect hook like this, and here I'm gonna read the value from the async storage. So whenever the app load first time, when the app load first time, okay, first before that I'm gonna also install the async storage package, so you guys have to install. And here if it's like loading the first time, so we're gonna set the item async storage dot set item, and we're gonna have a called is first launch as a true. Okay, so it means that the value has been set true. It means that the app is already open the first time. So if it's true, then we're gonna not setting it up the value. All right, and this is how we can achieve that. Perfect. So yeah, there is one way, and here you can await as well, like if you are using async storage. Okay, so yeah, so far this is how we can make the onboarding screen in React Native, straightforward one. And if you are facing any issue to achieve this, please let me know, guys. I will definitely love to help with you guys. I will feel good if you guys let me know if you get any questions. And if you guys have any question, you can book a top mate to me as well. And also if you are you can join my Discord channel and the WhatsApp group as well. So yeah, that's all in this video, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye bye.